You're listening to the podcast between doctors and friends. Welcome to another episode of Between Doctors and Friends. We have here Dr. Foz, a board-certified primary care physician, and Dr. Ray, board-certified OB-GYN. And we have our studio audience. Welcome. And one that's on the speaker is Auntie Derek from Auntie Derek Daytime Tea.
Hello, everyone.
Hey there.
Always
Hello.
a pleasure with the doctor and happy.
Yes.
We're always happy to have you, Auntie.
So, I know we've been kind of chit-chatting in the beginning, and let's start it off with how your week was, because Dr. Foz, tell us about your week.
I've been sick, so it was kind of a harder week, but I'm okay. It's fine. And I'm better.
So when a doctor gets sick, you see another doctor for it?
Usually not. Usually we just manage it ourselves. We don't go in to see anybody, but if it's bad enough, then of course we do.
Right. We usually know what to do.
Yeah.
And if there's something bad, like, you can often just ask your colleague, like, yo, could you look at my ear? So we have resources.
Yeah.
What about, like, prescriptions? How does that work?
You can write your own.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But if you have a cold, you usually don't need a prescription, right? So let me throw that out there.
Yeah.
If somebody has a cold, they don't need antibiotics.
Oh, say it again, please. Say it again.
If all you have is a cold, you don't need antibiotics.
There you go.
It doesn't help, right?
That's true. So we're looking at this photo on the screen, and Dr. Foz, you were saying something, your new favorite mimosa?
We were just talking about the orange juice on there in mimosas. Costco makes a really good bottled mimosa. Costco.
Oh my gosh.
Costco.
Oh.
Yeah, 2024.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, 2025, we hosted a Tech Week, LA Tech Week. And I think I bought maybe like 30 bottles of those.
Did you really?
Yeah. And Dr. Ray, I think I gave you some, right?
Yeah, that's when I tried it.
It's their house brand one, right? It's delicious. It's very orangey.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with orange flavor lately, like real orange stuff. It's delicious.
Like sparkly. Is it orange season right now? Do you know?
Oranges
I
think
it's fall.
Well, it depends on where you live.
Fall.
If you're in Florida, it's always orange season. But citrus is actually a winter, and it's a winter fruit. It's not a summer thing, even though we all think of like lemons and lemonade and all that stuff for summer. There's a fall, winter, like early spring kind of thing.
So, I haven't, like a juicer, not a juicer where you, it's an orange juicer where you place like half an orange against it and it makes, it grind, whatever.
A juicer, yeah.
A juicer. Well, there's so many kinds of juicer, My neighbor has an orange tree and he's always giving me oranges. So one Christmas, I gave him an orange picker.
Here, this way you can pick more oranges to give to me.
Exactly. But, like when I'm feeling a little bit off, I will, just like 2 oranges, I juice it. In my mind, okay, vitamin C. So how potent is that versus taking a vitamin C pill?
Well, vitamin C is an important nutrient. It's a water-soluble nutrient. But, I don't know. I would have to sit and look at a USDA agricultural thing on oranges to tell you how much C is in it. But it is good. Oranges are good for you. It's probably better to eat the orange than drink the juice.
Really?
At least you get all the fiber that comes with that as opposed to just the juice. I usually don't recommend juice. Juice should be like a treat and not like an everyday thing because it's all of the sugar, but none of the fiber
Well, I get the fiber because it's one of those juicers where it's just an electric version of if you were to, the hand version of it, but you get the fiber because I like the fiber.
No, that's you're just talking about some pulp, but I mean, you end up throwing out the shell of the orange, right, with all of the pulp still kind of stuck to it, right?
Well, no, the string. Let's be, the white string. It comes, it takes it off.
I mean,
it's
one thing. There's a difference between juicing and then making like a smoothie where you grind up the whole fruit. I mean, obviously in an orange you don't want to grind up the skin.
Yeah.
But I mean, you should try to probably just eat those oranges. Are they navel oranges? They're probably navel oranges. So just so you know, if you
I have no idea.
Oranges, well, you'll see if there's a little navel. Navel oranges, the juice does not keep well. It turns bitter if you let it sit for more than half an hour. There's some sort of compound in it.
So Dr. Foz is recommending, she said, you are the juicer, baby. You eat the whole orange.
Your teeth are the juicer.
Boring.
And I only know all this dorky stuff about citrus because I used to grow citrus.
Yeah, you're into trees and plants.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this photo. I know Dr. Ray will get the iced tea.
Yeah.
Auntie, which one would you get? Orange juice or iced tea?
All of the above.
If this was breakfast, I can't tell from the food they're eating. It looks maybe like lasagna and something, I don't know. If it was breakfast, I would probably go with orange juice. But every other meal, it would be the iced tea.
I know. I'm kind of like craving either going up to Camarillo and, going to Crackle Barrel, or going up a little further and going to that pink restaurant with their cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Cracker Barrel in Camarillo?
Yeah. I think there's one in Camarillo and Mission Viejo. Anything that's outlet.
There's one about 15 minutes from me. If you want to come visit, I'll go with you.
Oh, there is one by you?
Mm-hmm.
So, I went to about 2 weeks ago, and Auntie Derek I was texting him. I'm finally at a Crackle Barrel. And he goes, you've got to have their hash browns. And it's so good. It is really good.
I've only been there when I've traveled in the South. I thought they were okay.
As a North Carolinian, we do not play about Cracker Barrel. We love Cracker Barrel in North Carolina.
So are there biscuits?
Not Waffle House?
Oh, and Waffle House, yes.
Okay. Okay. Cracker Barrel, I've only been to once, and the Waffle House, though, if I see it when I'm in the Southeast, I will go.
Southeast?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that where it is usually? South, Southeast, East Coast, right there.
So, Dr. Foz, you were asking about the biscuits?
Yeah, are they legit?
They're okay, because you actually get biscuits or cornbread, as the bread that they give you while you wait for your meal. So they're okay, but we really just go there either for the pancakes or the French toast. That's the star of the show.
Oh man, American breakfast is awesome. So bad for you, it's so good.
Yes.
You could have American breakfast.
No, I love a Southern bread, like biscuits and gravy. That's one of my favorite things ever. It's just really something I should not eat. And also, I'm not really good at making it, and
Well, as a Filipino, biscuits and gravy is so new to us because we put gravy in our fried chicken and eat it with rice.
Yes, I remember trying to get you to try something. I think you were a little bit, I don't know if I want to maybe use the word intimidated by it, but I was like, yeah, it's the white gravy. It's usually made with sausage. And you was like, wait, white gravy? I don't know.
Yeah, and you gotta have a lot of black pepper in it.
Black pepper? Okay.
Yeah, so good.
I think I've done it. I've done it on buffets, hotel buffets. Oh, now I miss Vegas. All right. So you caught a cold, Dr. Foz?
Yeah, something.
That slows you down. And
I'm so careful too. I stay away from everybody sick. I'm like, get away.
So are you wearing a mask or?
Well, not when I'm sitting home by myself. No. It's like the people I see who drive around with masks on and they're in their car by themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's funny.
But I will say that like during the height of the pandemic, I got so used to wearing a mask that I would like leave for the day and just walk to my car and just sort of be half asleep and ready to get home. And I'd keep my mask on and I'd be halfway home and realize like, oh, I still have my mask on. I didn't even notice. So they
And
might
then I
just
would
be
drive
people,
by. Look at that crazy lady.
right? They just might be people who wear it all the time and just don't even realize that they have it on because it just becomes part of, their clothes.
So your mask must have like lipstick marks.
Well, I don't wear
Totally.
lipstick.
Well, Dr. Ray,
Yeah.
Go on, Dr. Foz.
I always joke. It's like I saved a lot of money during the pandemic on lipstick, but I spent a lot of it on chapstick.
I save a lot of money on pants during COVID.
Pants.
Are you even wearing pants now? You probably aren't.
I'm kidding. I'm wearing shorts, okay? I'm gonna, save a lot of money on shoes, actually. Not having to buy shoes and replace shoes. Okay, well, Dr. Ray, how was your week?
My week was not bad. I had a pretty light week as far as hospital responsibilities and deliveries. But I did do, I think, just 2 deliveries this week. So not that bad. And did a whole bunch of errands, got a haircut, and that's about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I did take my dog to a farmers market festival yesterday, so that was nice. But he's good in public. He likes to just smell people and go up to people and stuff like that. But he's good in public. But I still need both hands to kind of wrangle him. So there was so much food there, and I was like, oh, I want to get food to eat, but I can't hold the leash and manage him and then eat. But I was thirsty, so I did get a drink, and that was a little bit hard to hold the drink and hold him with one hand on the leash and everything. But it was fun. It was a little bit warmer than I expected, but it was fun.
Can you use those waist, where you tie your dog's leash around your waist?
He would pull me. He would pull. He's not very good with leash training. He pulls on the leash, so he would just jerk me and push me. So, and if he pulls too hard, I need to be able to let go so I don't fall.
Wow. Well, I think we need to put you on rollerblades.
No, he'll pull me too much and I'll slip and fall.
We need help from Cesar Millan.
Yeah, but
there you go.
I think he's just so excited, and he sees something and he just goes for it. So it would be nice. I mean, he listens when he wants to. Like if I'm holding a treat in my hand, then he walks perfectly fine next to me and I have his full attention and everything. But he's just a very high energy boy.
Boy, has your dog ever seen a cat around him?
No. Because he's the only animal. But my daughter does want to get a cat, and she's been bugging me, and her friend's cat just had kittens. So I think I have made all my arguments against getting a cat, but I don't think it's going to work. So we might be getting a cat in about 2 months.
Ooh.
So we'll see.
Well,
I said
can I give you some
see.
advice on that? Seriously,
Yeah.
as also as a cat owner, can I give you some advice?
Yes.
I would try to talk to the owner of the cats and see if they can keep the cat until it's about 12 weeks old.
Yeah,
try to keep the cat with the mom.
That's the plan. Yeah, that's what I said in about 2.
And yeah, because it will teach the cat to not be nippy and bitey. If you take them away too soon, they tend to be nippy and bitey.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, we're not planning to get it until much later. So I think, probably at least 2 more months. Because she had told me.
Sometimes it's not practical, but, and sometimes, they're, found by themselves or something. But I think it's important to help them stay with their litter mates and their mother so that they can be taught proper manners.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. She had said that already, and since it's her friend's cat, it's not like a breeder who's trying to get rid of them or some shelter that needs it gone. So the cat will just stay with her friend until she's ready to take it.
How fun.
Wow. Well,
I don't want a cat. I'm not a cat person at all. I'm not an animal person at all, but if I had to pick between a cat and a dog, I'd pick the dog. But yeah, I know. I just have this.
oh boy.
I told her I just have this very irrational fear that the cat is going to pounce on me and scratch my face.
It will pounce on you. It probably will not scratch your face.
I just have that irrational fear. At least with a dog, when he's about to attack you, he'll start growling and look at you. He doesn't just pounce. But I have this fear that the cat will just kind of jump on the sofa next to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, hi, cute kitty," and it'll just go and just like attack. So I have
like the face hugger from Alien.
Probably it's very.
You're probably gonna end up with a
or
very
the cat from Guardians of the Galaxy. Was it Guardians? Whatever one did Samuel L. Jackson's face, slashed his eye out or something.
That was Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Okay, so it's just a very irrational fear that I have with cats, and I feel like they're just going to pounce on me, and so I never wanted to get a cat. And now my daughter, she volunteers at a cat rescue, and she's very much into cats, and she wants a cat, and she's an adult, and I keep trying to come up with ways to say no, and I'm not being successful with that. So probably, like I said, in about 2 months, I think we're getting a cat.
Wow.
And in about 3 months, we'll see all these pictures of you cuddling this adorable kitten, and you're going to be like, I'm so in love.
Yeah. I mean, I probably, because, yes, they are very cute and everything, but I just, like I said, it's a very irrational fear. I don't know.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, so.
We'll support you through it.
Yeah. All right, well, it's good. I think I forgot that you had a cat, so I'll text you all the cats.
Well, we have someone in the audience here. I'm sure his cat cannot wait to just grab the microphone and turn it on. Dave. Auntie, how are you with cats?
Not good. This is why when Dr. Ray kept saying the fear was irrational, I was up here like, is it really irrational? Because I have the same type of fear. And just like Dr. Pond said, they will pounce on you. They likely won't scratch your face, but they will pounce. And, the pouncing is enough for me. So, yeah, me and
they're
cats.
going to play with you. And you can, and if you train it well and socialize it correctly, just like any other pet, it'll be fine. I would also encourage you to not let it outdoors. It should stay indoors, safer. But.
Yeah, so that's what I was telling my daughter. I have to figure that out because I have a doggy door for my dog because he goes in and out, 20 times a day. And
you can train it. You can train it to not go outside. It's
really, it won't go through the doggy door, even though the doggy door is right there and it's freedom to be outside.
There's ways to, you can do it. It takes effort.
Okay.
Or you can maybe think about, sometimes people let the cat out and supervise. You're out on the patio, the cat's walking around, and then when you go inside, you take the cat in with you.
Yeah.
But because there's a lot of wildlife that.
Oh yeah, we have
longer indoors.
We have tons of coyotes, and so I.
Oh yeah, no, don't let it out.
I would not want that to happen. I just don't know anything about cats and don't like them, so I'm just like, how are we supposed to deal with this cat? But.
They're trainable. You just start early and, and make that your daughter's responsibility.
Now, if you get scratched by a cat, I mean, is it just like any other scratch? You go to the doctor?
Cat scratches are... I've had cats my whole life. Cats have... cat scratches are...
They have diseases.
Serious, but just like anything else. But cat bites are a different story.
What do you mean cat bites? Cats bite?
Yeah, well, once again, this is why I'm about socialize the cat and try to keep the cat with its mother. The cats that I've had that were more bitey, reactively bitey, it would bite more, were cats that were taken from their mothers at a very young, they were found, walking in the street by themselves at a very young age and needed, to be rehomed. The one that I had that was not clearly had grown up with her mom and but cat bites and dog bites are very different. Dog bites crush, right? They crush and tear. Cat bites, their teeth are like little pins and needles, and they inoculate. So the bacteria that live in their mouth, the picture, they inoculate deep into tissues, and so they get infected really quickly and really easily. And so technically cat bites should be treated with antibiotics, like right away. And I will speak from personal experience on this as well. Once again, I've had cats my whole life. My cat, when I was trying to clip his nails, bit me. And whatever, I've been bit 1,000 times, right? And he didn't even, it was just a little pokey on the side of my finger. It started to hurt like fire, like probably not even 2 hours later. And It didn't even dawn on me. It was such a minor nip that like I said, I've been bit 1,000,000 times by my cats, by outdoor cats, by all kinds of cats. Everything's always been fine, right? Ever since I was a kid. And it started to hurt, and I'm like driving. It was that night. I was driving somewhere. It was in the evening, in the dark, and I was like, oh, God, like, I'm getting old. I must be getting arthritis because my hand is hurting. Like, I was just like, oh, just, I get home, and I looked at my finger, and I was like, holy smokes. It was, like, red and swollen. Yeah, and then the same thing happened to my better half. His cat bit him on his palm, and it wasn't, like, a big deal. The next day, he had, like, red streaks going all the way up to his underarm. It's like, well, yeah, like, you need IV antibiotics for this. And so, once again, we've both been bit 1,000,000 times by cats. And so it does happen. So, yeah. And so, Dr. Ray, Augmentin, keep some Augmentin at home.
Okay.
Nobody else heard me say that.
Wait to scare Dr. Ray.
But it's not okay. Once again, I have bit 1,000,000 times, and that happened to me exactly once. And the bug of concern, the bacteria is Pasteurella multocida, I think.
Oh,
it's
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bacteria that's carried in the mouth of cats and dogs. But dog bites are less likely to get infected. Cat bites are much more likely to get infected because of their sharp little pointy teeth.
I didn't know that. That's really good to know.
Yep.
I did not want to know that. Thank you.
But now you know, and now you know what to do, and you even know how to treat it.
I just don't want a cat. I just don't want another something to take care of. Like, I mean, it's hard enough with the dog. Like, I have to arrange like somebody to come watch him or put him in the kennel or doggy hotel when we go and do something. And now it's just like now I got to put the cat in the cat hotel.
Right.
I think cats, you could leave cats, right?
Yeah, I thought they were like much more independent, that you could.
Well, it depends on.
But what about food?
And they do get lonely. They do get lonely. They are house pets. They are dependent on their human. So it's really not a good situation if somebody's going to adopt a cat and then be like, oh, I take business trips where I'm gone for 10 days twice a month or something. It's not a great choice. But you can have somebody come check on the cat. But if it's an indoor cat and you have somebody like making sure the food and water is cool and spending a little time with the cat and, making sure the litter box is fine, then,
Yeah, when I was in residency, one of my co-residents, we both lived in a city further away. And so she asked me when she was on her vacation if I could stop in and just put the cat food out and sit with the cat for a little bit and keep it company. And I was like, sure. And so I came over and I would feed the cat, but then I'd sit on the sofa and I'd be like, okay, cat, I'm like here, but please don't come near me. I don't want to.
That was nice of you.
I don't want to like have you pounce on me, but I'm just like, there's some human in the room, and I would just go near it and pet it a little bit and be like, nice kitty, okay, you're good, all right, bye kitty. Like, I wasn't trying to cuddle or whatever, because she used to tell me stories that the cat was a little vindictive and mad, like when they would be gone for too long, the cat would poop in their bed.
Yep, they'll get mad and do things, and you're like, are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah,
so she'd be like, I need somebody to go over there and just sort of spend some time with the cat, so the cat like knows someone's around, because otherwise if we're gone too long, the cat just goes in my bed and he poops in the bed. I was just like, that's...
Wait.
Making his displeasure known.
He poops in the bed.
They'll do it. It's totally like a vindictive kind of behavior. They're just like, oh, you're going to leave me for 5 days? Take this, sucker.
Yeah. So, I mean, they had, obviously it has kitty litter and it knows where to go and everything. But she says if they're gone too long, like once they went like somewhere just overnight and they thought, well, we'll feed the cat before we leave. And then when we come back, so it's not too bad. And they came back and the cat had pooped in their bed. So that's why she needed someone to go be with the cat, and she's like, I need somebody to not just feed the cat, but like, can you sit there for like 30 minutes so the cat knows somebody's around and is not like lonely or whatever. So I would just turn the TV on, and the cat would sit like on the sofa kind of near me, and then, sorry, that was my phone. The cat would sit on the sofa kind of near me, and I would just sit there for 30 minutes and just sort of be like, okay, be a nice cat, don't poop in the bed.
Timer's up, bye.
Bye.
So
now I gotta do that.
I mean, if you think about it, like, would you like to be locked into an apartment or house with nobody and nothing, and hopefully somebody will feed you and give you water, and hopefully somebody will, and like, and you know, normally like with a family or other people, it's like, oh, wait, why am I in solitary confinement?
Right, and we were, poor residents, so, it was like a little one-bedroom apartment. So
of course.
It wasn't like a nice house or anything, so it was small. So the cat's just in there by itself, all day, and so yeah, I would drive by on my way home from work and feed it and sit there for 30 minutes and then just leave, and that was it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the cat might be cute and everything, but I'm just like, it's just something else to.
Well, we have a resident cat lover here. If you've never owned a cat, you're familiar with having a dog. What kind of cat should would you advise or recommend to get? Because there's so many different kinds of cats.
Well, I mean, a few things is like, it depends. If you want a lower maintenance cat, get a short-haired cat. Because a long-haired cat will require more maintenance of the fur. Like, you have to brush it and comb it and clip it and groom it and all that stuff. So if you're not familiar with that, then maybe stick with a domestic short hair. But honestly, I mean, cats are not quite. I mean, there's different breeds that are more friendlier and outgoing and all those things. But I'm of the attitude, like, there's so many overbred animals and there's so many animals that are put down in shelters. Go find a cat that needs a home. It'll be a great cat as long as you take care of it and, train it a little bit and spend some time with it.
All right. So if you were allergic to, cat hair and someone in your household wants to get a cat, like, any advice for that?
Depends on how allergic you are and what you're willing to live with,
Like, you would have to take medication, allergy pills?
Depends on how severe the allergy is. Some, if you're critically ill, then that's not a good choice at all.
So, is this a short-haired cat that's on the screen right now?
It looks like a Russian blue. I think so. I don't know.
That's such a cute cat, though.
Looks like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
See, Dr.
See, but I look at it, and then I feel like in 3, 2, 1, it's going to pounce. And that's what just freaks me out. Yep. They give you no warning. That it's just going to sit there, and I'm going to be like, oh, you're such a cute little kitty. And then boom, it's just going to pounce in my face and scratch my eyeball out.
Chest.
And alien eggs, and then it's going to puncture my skin, and I'm going to have red streaks running down my arm. Yeah. At least the dog, I'll be like, hey, you're so cute. And the dog will start growling and kind of like, whatever.
If you're lucky. Some dogs don't give much warning. Chow chows don't really give much warning. They'll just kind of bark. And you're like, oh, whoa.
Wow.
But I mean, really, there's so many pets that need a home. So, just adopt whatever cats, people that you can.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, her friend, poor college student, had a cat, and she wanted to get it neutered, but it was too expensive. And she was like, okay, let me put some money aside. I'm working, going to school. Let me put some money aside. And she was trying to save money. And then the cat got pregnant, of course. And so now she's got, little kittens coming. She already had the cat. I mean, the cat already had the kittens. And so she's got to find homes for these kittens. And so
a lot of times, just so people know, local animal shelters and rescue groups will have funds to help people who need getting their pet fixed.
Yeah. There's a place nearby that I've heard of too. And so I wish this is probably a conversation the friend had with my daughter, and my daughter was like, oh yeah, that sucks, you don't have enough money, and then it didn't go anywhere. And I wish maybe my daughter just sort of in passing mentioned it to me, because I get occasional emails and stuff like that about stuff going on with the city and county, because I'm sure I signed up for something, and they do have like things called, for low cost neutering and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
there's like a system.
I would have said something to my daughter to help the friend if that's what the way that it was going to go, or said, take it to a shelter or this place or something. But that part of the conversation never got back to me. The part that came back to me was, my friend's cat's pregnant with kittens, and can we have one of them? I was like, I don't want a cat.
It would have been funnier if the friend's cat was pregnant with puppies.
Right.
Well, I think.
Did you help manage the pregnancy? That's what I want to know. Were you?
No.
Was it a surrogate cat?
Did you do an ultrasound on it? Or?
Make sure.
No, because I'm afraid it's going to pounce on me. No. But when I was...
See, that would have been such a learning experience for you, really. You'd be like, wait a minute.
But no,
business.
Yeah, I know. When I was in residency, our friend M, who has been on the show in the past, her family had chihuahuas, and one of her chihuahuas was pregnant. And she told me that, and I hope I'm not getting this fact wrong, that most Chihuahua babies have trouble birthing. Most Chihuahuas have trouble birthing the babies, and they often need little C-sections to deliver their babies because they're so small or something. And she had mentioned that they had taken it to the vet, and it was like $1,500 to do the little Chihuahua C-section. And I was right in the middle of my training, and I was doing C-section after C-section on adult people, And I was like, oh my God, Em, you should have just brought it to me, and I would have practiced on it and figured it out and gotten the baby out, and I would have done it for free.
Yeah, but how are you going to put, you know what? It's the anesthesia.
Right. I mean, it was, totally in jest, but it was totally. Oh, I could totally do that, I could totally.
I would have
do a
wanted,
C-section,
to check it out. I'd be like, okay, I want to watch that surgery because it's oh wow, and there's so many.
Yeah.
I think
the Chihuahuas at the most have 2.
Wow.
Yeah. I think they're small.
Oh, that's good.
And there's another dog one too. Maybe Frenchies. Frenchies also have difficulty birthing their pups.
Yeah, I think bulldogs in general, American bulldogs, so it's English bulldogs and Frenchies have a hard time.
Yeah, so they often have to go to the vet to have help, and they often will lose 1 or 2 of their.
Wow, how much do they pay the vet?
I have no idea. I have no idea what there. Yeah. No, I mean, vets I'm sure make, a good money, but they definitely deserve it. That's.
Are you sure your daughter's friend's cat already had cats, or?
Yeah, already had cats.
Oh, okay. So it's not Love Trap. Okay.
Did anybody listen to that?
I didn't get to listen to it.
I didn't yet. I plan to. I've actually been listening to Auntie Derek in the evening sometimes when I'm doing my work.
What?
Thank you.
Of course.
That's
what?
Nice.
Well, Auntie Derek, how was
with
your
Moon on there? I'm like, I know Moon.
Yes, that's my girl. Oh, and happy. My week was, I had a busy but amazing week. It started off with meeting Juju Chang. I had a chance to meet her last Wednesday. She was at an event in my hometown where the event was called Award-Winning Insights with Juju Chang. And I'm not going to say luckily, but, coincidentally, this happened right after Scott Pelley was let go from 60 Minutes. So, of course, she was asked about that, and she had a comment on it, and then she brought up Cecilia Vega, who was also let go. So I had a chance to record her response and use it as an exclusive clip for my show. But we had a chance to do some Q&A and to meet her afterwards. And the conversation ended with, "It was a pleasure to meet you, Auntie Derek." She made my day. I told her to her face, I love me some Juju Chang. And
Brushes
she was
with
amazing.
greatness.
Yes, she brushed with greatness. And it was just wow. Because Juju, she is that girl. She's at the front of any type of art, Stop Asian Hate, LGBTQ rights. Juju is that girl, and it was an honor to meet her. And in addition to that, I got to go to a concert yesterday, to see Khalid, the young
Nice.
guy who he was amazing. It was an amazing show. I got to go backstage and meet his guitarist.
Oh, you
Cool.
did?
I did. He was amazing, and the guitarist happens to be the cousin of the host of this amazing show. So that was a fun night. I got to hug Khalid and told him he was great. I said, "Baby, the mic was on." He said, "Oh, thank you," and gave me a hug. So I had a very nice week and met some amazing people.
Awesome. You should move to LA. Why don't you live in LA?
Right.
Good question.
You need to move to LA.
That's very cool. My
Then
daughters
you'll
are
see all
going.
kinds of celebrities, like going to like you'll be like walking into Home Depot and you'll see somebody. Like, you should totally do that.
So how was the show? My daughters are going in 2 weeks.
It was amazing. They are going to enjoy it. He was the mic, like I said, the mic was on. You can tell it was him singing his songs. His background dancers were amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, the music was. Look at him just in this picture. You can tell. Look, he looked like he's serious playing that guitar. So they're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it Just Jeff's concert with singer Khalid.
Yeah.
A little bit biased.
Well, text him, tell him my girls are coming, so maybe they can go backstage and meet him as well. They would die.
Your daughters are okay.
Yeah, they have tickets for like 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
So let your cousin know to get them backstage as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Although we're in a recorded line, we do not give free. So, well, that's a good week. I mean, Dr. Ray, I think, your week sounded pretty good. You know, with errands getting done.
Yeah.
And
it was a calm week.
Yeah. And Auntie Derek's, meeting Juju and Khalid and, Just Jeff. That's a pretty good week. Yeah. I went to go to a dim sum place and was surprised that there were no ladies pushing the carts at the dim sum. A little bit disappointed by that.
So sad. It's
so
such
sad.
a loss of an era with that,
Yeah, and I feel like we over-ordered. There is Just Jeff and Auntie Derek.
Yay.
I'm just going to say, Jeff and I, we're cousins. So we're cousins.
There you go.
But he was amazing as well. He was so sweet. A pleasure to meet him.
Yeah.
So, were you familiar with all the songs that were performed, or?
I was indeed, and in fact, he performed a song that I didn't even think he was going to perform off of his latest album. It was called "Please No Call 333," and he had not only did he perform it, he had choreo, and I'm like, yes, give me what I want. It was amazing.
Wow. See, unfortunately, it's a different generation from me, and I have to do homework. Last episode we discussed surrogates, right? That was an impressive, amazing topic, that Dr. Ray, you brought up. And what showed up on my feed is, Kim Kardashian with her son on a Nike ad. Saint West. So is this a surrogate?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, I do believe Saint was delivered by way of surrogate.
Yeah, I think the only one she had was the first one, and then the next 3 were all surrogates.
Well, that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, she didn't have to, get pregnant again, right? So I thought about our episode last time when I saw this ad.
Yeah.
And any hot topics in the medical world?
Any hot topics? No, I can't think of anything. I mean, the Ebola thing is still going on in Africa. And I think a few cases in the U.S. have come up. But other than
Risk
that...
is low. Everybody, don't panic. Risk is low.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what someone wanted to ask me in this episode.
About Ebola?
I'm going to ask them... Yeah. Like, what's the risk like? Hot topic in the political scene is Donald Trump falling asleep. What's going on with that? Everyone, people say, like, he's dying, blah 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 blah. But then I see him, and he's attending the Knicks game tonight.
Sorry, with who? I missed who you said it was.
Oh, this is
the Cheeto in Chief.
Oh, the president. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody say he's dying. Who's saying he's dying?
The only thing obviously we don't know. I mean, people's medical history can be extensive and they look fine, or they could be a mess and not have a lot going on. I mean, it just depends on what it is. But when somebody has trouble staying asleep during the day when they need to, AKA the leader of the free world, the first thing I think of is sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea.
Yeah.
And what causes sleep apnea typically?
It's an anatomical problem, really. Sleep apnea is so when you go to sleep, there's different cycles and stages of sleep, right? And in part of those stages of sleep, you have complete paralysis of your muscles, believe it or not, and that's normal. What happens is in certain stages of sleep, the muscles in the back of the throat and the back of the base of the tongue can relax so much they fall into the airway and kind of obstruct the airway. And so what typically happens is your airflow is cut off, and obviously, that's got to be corrected. And so your brain kind of comes to semi-consciousness. You typically won't remember these. But it sort of comes awake so that the muscle tone is restored so that you can take a deep breath and overcome that collapse basically of the back of the throat and take a deep breath and then therefore breathe. So a typical pattern of somebody who has sleep apnea, it's not just snoring. They'll snore, 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 and then nothing. Silence, 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 silence. Silence, and then a huge snore, right? And then it kind of repeats itself. That's a very classic, sleep apnea pattern. But it leads to it's a stress in the cardiovascular system, and so it can. Obviously, you're not able to maintain good deep sleep, and so people are tired. So you'll have people who sleep. They're like, I sleep 8 or 9 hours, 10 hours, and I wake up just as tired. It's because the sleep is not refreshing. Sometimes they'll complain of headaches in the morning, and you can start to have problems with your blood pressure, with blood sugar problems, and it can be associated with heart attacks and strokes and heart failure. So it can be anatomic, and so if somebody's overweight, losing weight can reduce some of the pressure on the tissues in the back of the throat. But some people are just anatomically like that. Certain ethnicities, Asians often have more issues with this, even in a leaner body weight. But it is underdiagnosed. The treatment is, diet and exercise for weight reduction, if that will help. You can also use a CPAP machine, which is the most widely used treatment, which is a mask that you wear during the night that has a little bit of a positive pressure on it. And so it helps hold that airway open so that you maintain good sleep and good oxygenation and carbon dioxide exchange through the night.
Now, if you sleep alone, how would you know that you have sleep apnea?
That would be difficult. Typically, sleep apnea patients snore, but not all snoring is sleep apnea.
Oh.
But other symptoms are, once again, unrefreshed sleep, difficult to control blood pressure, morning headaches, family history of such, obesity and overweight. There's a million things that, if you're ever concerned, you should speak about it with your doctor. And it is underappreciated and underdiagnosed.
Okay, so if you were told that so you learn you have sleep apnea, you get a machine, or what? You go to the doctor.
Yeah, it depends on. So some people have really, really mild cases where they're just kind of just borderline sleep apnea, and so in those patients, you can sometimes use a dental device, like a thing that you wear in your mouth that keeps your tongue in place. and trying to sleep on your side can be helpful as opposed to laying on your back. So that's one strategy. A second strategy is once again is weight loss, if it's necessary. So some people lose 10 or 15 pounds or 20 pounds or whatever happens, and they feel better, and the sleep apnea goes away. That's so actually, we've talked about the GLP-1 receptor agonists, and so that's what Zepbound or tirzepatide, one of the indications is sleep apnea. So moderate to severe sleep apnea, you can qualify for that because of the weight loss that might help. And then most people end up getting treated with, if you have notable sleep apnea, with a CPAP machine, which is, it doesn't give you oxygen, it gives you room air. It doesn't concentrate oxygen. That's different. It's just the airflow that helps keep the back of the throat open so that air can flow.
Wow. And are these...
And some people need surgery to reduce excess tissue in the back of the throat, or if somebody has really ginormous tonsils, sometimes they're taken out for that reason. But that's not that common.
Oh, interesting. Now, the CPAP machines, is that through insurance? For our listeners that,
Yeah, I mean, it's durable medical equipment, so depends on your insurance and your deductibles and your co-pays and all those things.
And are there apps that you can use to monitor your sleeping to, learn if you have sleep apnea or snoring?
The Apple Watch has some features that does do that. And then there's some apps that you can use. So I have no affiliation with this, and I haven't used it in a really long time. But there's an app that I've used called SnoreLab, and it allows you to so in one of my previous jobs, I didn't have access to this very easily. It wasn't built into the network. So getting people tested was really difficult. And so when I had patients that I was a little bit suspicious of, or it wasn't really clear, sometimes you come in and you go, yeah, that's definitely got to be sleep apnea, But there are some times when you're like, maybe. And so basically it allows you to record your snoring. You turn it on and put it by your head while you sleep. It was a free app. Like I said, I haven't used it lately. And it records your snoring pattern. So once again, snoring is just snoring, but a typical sleep apnea snoring pattern is a series of normal sounding snores and then one long, long pause and then a huge big snore. That's a classic pattern, but it was really difficult because I kind of gave up on it because patients there's not a lot of common sense. They'll bring in the recordings for me to kind of listen to, and you just kind of scroll through it, and they would have them, and it's them and their spouse in the bed snoring, and you're just like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is, or they would run it, and they're the type to fall asleep with the TV on. So all you hear is the TV all night, and you're just
useless.
All right, let's just use some common sense here, folks.
That's so I kind of was cat pounces on them.
Yeah, it's just it's not that, the data's not that useful, people, sometimes. So if you're not sure, I will refer to for a sleep study. Sometimes you have to send to a specialist to do that. Sometimes you can order it from a service, and most sleep studies are not done in the lab. They're usually done as a home sleep study. So you don't have to go somewhere and sleep. But if you have a questionable result or nobody's sure, then they will go ahead and do that.
So you witness someone sleeping on the couch and then you're like, oh, I think they may have sleep apnea. Give me kind of a step-by-step instruction on what I should, I would tell them.
Well, so one of the other symptoms of sleep apnea is excessive daytime sleepiness, where they'll fall asleep at inappropriate times. One of the questions you ask people is if you were to sit down and watch, Netflix or a television show or something, how likely would it be for you to fall asleep spontaneously? And if they're every time I sit down I conk out, then that's more suspicious for that, And, people looking at that picture above. Well, perhaps, I don't know, once I try not to pay attention to these things, but I mean, if you're up and sending ridiculous messages on X/Twitter at all times at 2:00 in the morning, maybe you're just
sleeping.
not really good at, maybe you're really not good at time management and are not thinking about that you should probably go to bed because you're the leader of the free world. I don't know.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I can only speculate. And so sometimes people are just really tired because they're just not good at time management, right? You know, ADHD or whatever, or just don't care, but I mean, it's not really natural to fall asleep in the middle of important events. And so if you're somebody who just falls asleep out of the blue, one of the things you think of is sleep apnea, but there's other disorders that can do that, like narcolepsy and stuff.
So what would I tell them? Like, dude, like the way you sleep, that sounds like a sleep apnea.
Well, it's like, hey,
they need a sleep study. Then they need to go get a sleep study.
Yeah, you snore a lot and maybe
and sleep study. You look it up online, or is that your primary?
No. There are doctors who specialize in sleep medicine, so they will need a consultation with them, and they would need to go to what's called a sleep center, where basically they're going to just go there and sleep. So they show up at 8, 9 o'clock or whatever, and it's just like a hotel room, except they're hooked up to monitors, and there's a camera in the room and a person monitoring them. And then throughout the night, they collect all the data, and they'll be able to see, what his heart rate was, what his breathing pattern was. They'll have video to watch and show that pattern where it's like snore, snore, nothing, deep gasping breath, and be able to diagnose them with sleep apnea and then fit them with a CPAP machine.
Wow. Yeah, but most sleep studies are not done in a sleep lab, just to make that clear, because some people are like, oh my God, I can't sleep. I can't go somewhere and sleep and just sleep. It's going to be too nervous. Yeah, I know. Most are done in a home sleep, with a home sleep study. You're given a thing to wear on your finger, and it's not a big deal. Like you just, you have the machinery with you. You do it at home. You return in the equipment. They pull the data from that, and they can tell you, yeah, you definitely have sleep apnea. You definitely don't have sleep apnea. But if you're in the gray zone, then you have to go into a lab. And you don't necessarily have to see a sleep medicine specialist to get diagnosed, depending on your insurance, and your primary doctor. Like, once again, I used to have access to, there was like a medical device company that I could use. They were like a home health kind of thing. And they would also do sleep studies. And so what I would do is I would just, submit the order for that. They would reach out to the patient, get them hooked up for that. And then I would get a report that was read out by a sleep medicine specialist. Like the sleep medicine person they had on their stuff would just send me the report, said it looks like there's sleep apnea, or it looks like there's not sleep apnea, or whatever. And then, so if it wasn't sleep apnea, then I was like, okay, now let's talk about the next steps. Yeah. And if it was sleep apnea, then I'm like, okay, well, you need a CPAP, so I need to refer you to a local sleep medicine specialist, because I don't do that.
Wow. All right. That's good to know.
But if you have difficult to control blood pressure, because y'all know how I like my blood pressure control, if you have difficult to control blood pressure, that is something to consider, because it makes it hard to control blood pressure.
That's good to know. And these CPAP machines, I mean, are there any like new ways to treat sleep apnea? Are there like, or are you?
Yeah, there's the one that I don't know much about. There's like an implanted thing. It's a surgical thing where it's like an electrical stimulus that helps keep that open. But I don't really know much about it. And mostly like in the primary care world, like a lot of times there's all these like fancy schmancy things, but we don't often get a lot of exposure to it because insurances sometimes don't cover it. Like I'm not going to go to a conference and spend a week learning about that stuff when, like, I'll never be able to access it because insurance won't cover it. Like, it's just a waste of my time, So you sometimes kind of sort out the chaff, so to speak.
Okay.
And not everybody's a candidate. Like, that's not first line.
Yeah, I just looked it up. There's, like, this one called Inspire. Gosh. Yeah. They surgically install that, and that's where you're like, when you get chemo, what do you call it? A port? Looks like it's where your port goes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's interesting that sleep apnea. You know, we love our sleep, and people may have sleep apnea. People that complain that they didn't get enough sleep may have sleep apnea.
A lot of times people who don't get enough sleep, it's just time management. They're staying up too late. They're like, well, I was busy doing this or
doom scrolling.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't put my phone down. It's like, okay, maybe you got to go to bed earlier.
And I know.
I feel attacked. Oh.
Well, Auntie, how's your blood pressure?
Yeah, I'm managing it.
Well, it's really, I think it's really funny that, sleep is not prioritized. Everybody's like, working really hard and overworked, and like sleep is like, it's important. It's an important physiological process. Like you have to sleep. You can't not sleep. So, it should be, there's a lot more emphasis out now for kids. Like they're starting, the teens are starting school much later in the day, as opposed to having to be somewhere at 7:30 in the morning. Then they'll start at like 8:30 or 9, because we know that they do better because they're able to get a little more sleep. And it's not viewed as something that's, dispensable anymore. And, and like when we were younger, to our host, right? Sleep's for the weak.
Yeah. We will stay up until after Apollo and what's the Twilight? No, it's not Twilight Zone, but Tales from the Dark Side.
But see, that's different. Also, like people screwing around when you have. People are going to do that, right? It's like when you have time off or whatever. But like, sleep should be prioritized, but it's not. Our society is, because you should be producing. You need to be producing.
Well, as doctors, how many hours of sleep do you guys recommend? What is a healthy amount of hours? What passes? And what's like, hey, you need to improve your sleep hours? Like how many hours? 6 hours?
The standard is 8 hours. Right?
Yeah, some people there's short sleepers, but those are fewer and far between. Generally, you need enough sleep, I would say. So aim for at least 7 to 7.5 minimum. And then to make sure that you feel like your sleep you are getting adequate sleep. Like, okay, you sleep 7.5 hours a night. Okay, do you feel like you're getting enough sleep? Do you wake up like refreshed, like I got good sleep and I'm ready to go? Then that's adequate sleep.
Mm. And if you kind of wake up and go, oh, I don't want to wake up. Snooze, that's not adequate?
Well, it depends on how much sleep you got, and remember we just talked about quality of sleep, right? If you slept 9 hours, but your sleep quality was not good, and you wake up tired all the time, then there's like the temporal component of that, right? If you had a couple late nights and now you're just tired and catching up, that's one thing, as opposed to how you are every day.
Mm. And I think we talked about it briefly in our early episodes. People that wake up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, how would you, any recommendation how to get back to sleep again?
Well, this is a very broad kind of topic, because nocturia really depends a lot on like what's causing the nocturia, and that's a very complex discussion. That's not just one thing. It varies across the lifespan. It varies,
like
between
dark, don't turn on the lights.
I didn't even know there was a name for it. I just thought it was called getting up and going to the bathroom, but it's called nocturia.
Nocturia. Nocturia. Nocturia.
Wow.
It just means peeing at night. We have a name for everything. Sometimes I learn names for things. I'm like, oh, I was just calling it this, but there's a name for it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm learning too much. Too much information.
It's med school in small little pieces.
Okay.
I enjoy the things that I learn, because it's like things that I would never even, like, of course I'm a Joe, so I have the biggest blind spots when it comes to a lot of things, but the things that I learn on this show, honey, free game.
Me too.
We want you to have good knowledge so that you can make good choices for yourself, so that you have good health.
Look at that nocturia.
That guy looks dead.
Now, what
I don't
about
think Inspire's going to help that homie.
Yeah.
what about sleepwalkers?
Oh no.
Is that a medical, or are we going into-
Parasomnias? I really
What?
don't like this topic. I'm just going to tell you, it's not my forte nor my interest.
I know nothing about it. That is not
Yes,
my
people do
area
sleepwalk.
as well. Yeah.
They all fall under this category of things called parasomnias, which is like issues with sleep. And a lot of them should be managed by a sleep specialist.
Wow. Okay, so like
Yeah,
it's a
people do
medical thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Parasomnia. Okay.
parasomnias. Yeah.
All right. And then what about last one, like people that like pee in their sleep? Like do adults do that, or is that just a thing for kids?
Like pee on themselves in the sleep.
Like
Like pee
incontinence?
Yeah, that's incontinence
That's still-
or enuresis, like nocturnal enuresis, which is you pee in the pants.
Is that
That's
medical
common.
or psychological?
Depends
Ah.
on the patient, the age, the gender, the medications, the medical history. Women, as they get older, will have issues sometimes with incontinence. Men will sometimes have issues when they're older due to the prostate. You know, are there surgeries? Was there a neurologic event? You know, stroke victims, dementia. I had a patient, I put on diuretics for their blood pressure, and was somebody who did not have a nocturnal enuresis, like wasn't peeing in their pants at night, and then was peeing in their pants at night. And we stopped the diuretic, and that went away. I thought that was strange, but because it's not that much pee, and maybe they were not. I mean, you got to empty your bladder before you go to bed. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Now, like for kids,
Infection,
you know,
things like that.
like at what age, for example? Like,
Oh, that's actually a very loaded question.
okay,
Because some kids will continue to wet the bed at night into their like preteen years. Like,
okay,
it's kind of like a dirty little secret that nobody talks about. So it can be kind of an ongoing thing for kids.
mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks, oh, by the time you're 3 or 4, that it's over. No.
Yeah, like
Unfortunately.
typically, when do kids stop wearing diapers?
That's also quite variable. But once again, I've had patients who are 12, 13 years old who still need pull-ups at night because they pee their pants at night.
Okay, so that exists, and
Yeah. And it's hard on them because they can't like go to sleepovers and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Because it's like a dirty little secret.
Aw. All right. Well, you know, boy, that just kind of got sad right there.
I know.
Well, you know, we have like, I know the NBA finals, and I know nothing about NBA, so, but
Okay.
that's all to do.
Did you have a medical question about the NBA?
Let me think. I'll probably have to cut this off. Huh.
Well, I have one. Well, it's not really
Okay.
more of a question. It's more of a, an observation and things that I learned. Because remember, on my my podcast, one of my co-hosts is a retired nurse. So she actually told me one basketball player who's known to be like 7 foot some odd tall used to actually come by the hospital frequently because of, you know, health issues he was having for being so tall. So I actually didn't know that, you know, tall people actually had constant health issues, like when it came, or constant pain issues, I should say, because he was in pain constantly. And I guess they had, maybe that was the basketball as well, but I think they said his height had a lot to do with it also.
Probably.
Have you guys had patients that are like 7 foot and taller?
Well, to kind of go back to Auntie's thing is like, if you think about it, like the leverage on like your back, for example, if you're 7'2" compared to if you're 5'2", like the weight and the kind of like the directional forces will be a lot higher just because of the sheer mass, you know. And then there's the issues that come along with professional sports play. These individuals typically are going to have the best of the best in terms of trainers and nutritionists, and I'm sure given the amount of money that they're paid, you know, are extremely motivated to do everything correctly, but they are fully expected before all that to push their bodies to the max. So I'm sure there's a lot that comes out of that.
Now, have you had someone come in, both Dr. Ray and Dr. Foz, that are just too tall for the bed?
I mean, I deal with women, and I would say probably the tallest woman I have is, maybe 6'1", 6'2", something like that. And, they might be a little long for the bed or have long legs, but it's not been a problem. But I don't see much taller than that.
I have had some professional athletes, some pro basketball, pro football, and baseball. Yeah, I will say this, the basketball players that was a long arm. I remember being like,
wow.
Yeah, you're exceptionally long limbed. Like, I mean, it's like just interestingly, that the football player was really also a ginormous person. Like, not like, you think of like a linebacker who's like big and fat and tall, like kind of like heavy. Quite not a lean person, like definitely had mass, but was just, I remember he stuck out his arm and I was like, oh my God, it's like an octopus tentacle. It was just really long. And I'm not a short person, so I was like, you're very
so
long.
what happens if they can't like lay down in bed? I mean, a wide guy.
Well, you don't have to, you don't necessarily have to lay down to do a lot of stuff, It depends on what they're there for. And if I just need your abdomen, then your legs is going to hang off. That's okay, Now other stuff like that I don't do, like getting them in the operating room, I don't know how that works. I'm sure there's table extenders or whatever.
And do you see a lot of them with like back problems? Gotta be back problems, right?
A lot of chronic pain issues, I'm sure, but none of these folks I had followed for a very long period of time, so I couldn't tell you personally. I'm sure there's a lot of issues, just once again, the wear and tear. I'm sure that a lot of them end up needing like their knees replaced at some point and have chronic back issues, and I'm sure of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that, all those, once again, those cutting edge trainers and all those things will help minimize those things. I mean, it's like a racehorse, right? You have this winning racehorse. You're going to treat it really, really well because you want it to keep winning.
Yeah. And I'm thinking of Dr. Ray's, the bed. I mean, they bend their knees, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're able to adjust onto the bed and everything. So, but again, like I said, I don't have very like super tall people, so I don't, like I said, I deal mostly with women, and women, there are very few women over 6 feet tall.
What about obesity?
Definitely deal with that.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yeah. And have had several women have difficulty getting up on the table because of their size.
Like the 600 pound and higher, have you had patients with that? And
I don't think I've had 600 pounds. My office scale only goes to 300, and I've had quite a few that, we can't weigh because they're over 300. So, I see them for the reason that they're there for and try to do the best I can for them. But for the most part, it's manageable. They need a little help in getting up on the bed, and, sometimes I have to get one or two assistants to come in and help with positioning. But otherwise, we do the best we can.
Yeah, I felt that actually for me, I've had issues with what's harder, especially if there's like a female who has like abnormal bleeding or something. You do have to do a pelvic of some sort when they're really elderly. If they can't they can't get up on the bed easily. It's really hard.
That was an applause from Dr. Ray's dog. Can a 300 plus pound woman get pregnant? I mean, can they can they carry? Are they able to carry pregnancy?
Yes.
Oh,
they can get pregnant and they can deliver and they can have their babies. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's about it for this week. Any other questions, comments, add-ons?
No.
Dr.
Fogg, what are you taking for your cold? Nah, I'm kidding. Well, it's
not antibiotics for sure.
Not yet.
Nothing.
You are absolutely right. No
water, some fresh oranges, and rest.
Whole oranges, not orange juice.
Yeah.
No, like NyQuil or versus.
I don't
all these different cold medications.
Not really. No, I don't really. I just, I drink a lot of fluids. I do, nasal saline rinses if I need to, or I do sometimes use lidocaine gargles or lidocaine lozenges if my throat hurts. But other than that, I mean, you just got to eat and sleep and wait for it to pass.
Really? So, interesting. Okay. Because I think I have a backup of these, what is it, acetaminophen? I don't know the name, but, it's those drops that you put on your water.
Well, I mean, over-the-counter cold remedies, there's Mucinex, and there's, NyQuil, Dayquil kind of products and all those things. If somebody doesn't have medical contraindications to them and they feel like that they would help, then they can. I don't find them all that helpful for myself, so I just wait it out.
Just sleep it off.
Sleep. You have to hydrate. That's really important for any illness. You need to hydrate and make sure you're, once again, prioritize rest, which is really difficult to do in modern times. And look out for complications, of which most people will not have them.
Okay. Well, that ends this podcast. See you next week. Bye.